Hey, so what is going on, everyone? It is me, Mr. Mario, and I just have to say I apologize for making this video. To me, I feel like this is a complete waste of a video, and normally I like to have something good to bring out or something at least somewhat worthwhile, you know, quality-wise, but as per tradition, every year for the past few years on this channel, I've been doing a E3 wrap-up, recap, whatever you want to call it, type video of at least the big three, which I call Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. And this year's, I struggle to finish this, you all. This Nintendo press conference, I have my notes right here, right? I have my notes, and it is seriously like 10 lines worth of text. It doesn't even eat up half a page. It is less than half a page. I'll tell you all that they did. They showed the beginning. They showed kind of a trailer of The Legend of Zelda, The Breath of Wild. That's what it's going to be called. You know, it looks good so far. Then they showed Pokemon Sun and Moon, and then they showed Zelda, and they did it with absolutely no life to it. I don't know what it was with this presentation, because it wasn't even a presentation, honestly. They just got into a room while they were at E3, and they were doing this live web show instead of doing, you know, an actual conference, which they used to do a few years ago. In fact, I don't think Nintendo's done a conference since 2012 or 2013. Has that been it? They used to do, you know, the whole Nintendo, not Treehouse, but whole, like, the Nintendo type streaming, the thing that they do. But this was the worst one, man. I know last year a lot of people hated that conference because of the games. They were saying, oh yeah, the games were shit. They weren't that good. This is kind of the opposite. It's that the two games they showed, technically three, I mean, to be honest, I'll be straight up, I was not interested in Pokemon at all. Pokemon just does not gauge my interest. Zelda looked cool. I think it's going to be a good game. It was definitely awesome to see that, but it was so boring. And honestly, I feel like if Nintendo just showed up to E3, had demos for their games, that would have been all they had to do. They didn't have to do anything else. With this, I would have preferred if they didn't have a press conference, to be honest, because this was horrible, man. And I've seen some boring press conferences before where, like, Sony in the past few years, this year was an exception, but most of the time, Sony has a good amount of games, but they're really boring at presenting. This one was like only games. It was only two, technically three games, and it was just so lifeless. This was a horrible way, you all. This was a horrible way to present this. I am so disappointed. I am incredibly disappointed at this conference. Not impressed at all. I'm going to tell you all, you know what? Just to finish all this video, I'll tell you all exactly what my notes say, because there's really nothing else to add to it. For Legend of Zelda, The Breath of Wild, I said it looks beautiful so far. It actually has voice acting. There's kind of a cel-shaded type graphic thing going on. It starts off with Link waking up in a mysterious place. He's actually addressed as Link, so that was pretty interesting to me. They now incorporate technology in there, so that was cool. And then Link can jump for the first time, and they showed, you know, the ruins of Hyrule and all that stuff. And then for Pokemon Sun and Moon, there's going to be new Pokemon, new evolutions. They're now on an island. There's going to be cuter movements. And this one made me laugh a bit. The person who was translating ended up bringing up fan art. And they were talking about one of the professors. And they said, oh yeah, thanks to the fans, he's becoming the most dreamy professor. And okay, that made me laugh a bit. But I just told you all my entire notes. Let's just end the video, man. Stay tuned for the next video, I guess. I think I'm going to be doing some gameplay or something. I'll be talking about some other things, but this conference, man, no.